No noise canceling, here we go. Are you prohibited by law from converting the 9mm PAK pistol automatic Knall, aka pistol automatic blank, gas, or rubber ammunition, 150-foot range maximum, prop replica, California compliant so they can do movies, gun? It has to fire from the front, but it can fire from the top and you can convert it. Are you allowed legally to convert this to fire the very similar and suspiciously similar 38 caliber or 32 caliber variety of ACP wad cutter slug pistol rounds? Is it legally acceptable to take a $70 toy gun that can be, if you get a permit in California, you can make it look, you can take off the orange tip on it, get the orange tip on if you want to actually do this kind of crap, I guess, right? You can use those in a movie, but you have to make sure you're nowhere near a bank. You have to make sure the police are literally surrounding you so they can make sure nobody takes advantage of the confusion of this and actually tries to commit a crime. Is attempting to convert this illegal? I'm going to cover that in a minute, but let's talk about what you would have to do. Now, this is not a litany of caveats, and I'm not getting out the Paul Harrell meat target. I'm trying to prevent you from becoming one. The blank firing replicas are made with metal that is made on purpose to be able to handle all of the force in the case of these that have a slide, a frame or lower, and a barrel. Tolerate firing bizarrely overdriven blank rounds to simulate the mechanical shock that's totally unrelated to firing a real bullet so it'll work the action, eject itself, and chamber another blank. This is not the same thing as shooting a bullet that's almost 50% lead inside of the casing with propellant behind it as a wad cut. And every part of that I mentioned, the slide, the barrel, and the frame or lower, are all weakened in specific ways to where if you did accidentally, not purposely, load a 38 or 32 ACP wad cutter or whatever into it, or even just the wrong type of blank, it'll break the gun in every way that it can to make sure it won't cycle the second time. The reason for that is they also are legally able to, and this is the only way I know of to get it, you can legally buy a machine pistol, a machine gun, fully automatic pistol. Does the same thing. Temptingly, because obviously in movies you need to have blank firing guns that can do something, like this. Newer ones that are electronic based use a strobe and fire off smoke from what looks like a vaping kit, and others fire a specific projectile at deliberately low speed and it's longer to where it creates a flight path so you can overlay it with a fake bullet image. Now, and of course you can get ones that fire little rubber bullets, and you can even use them as a technically self-defense weapon. They're literally legally given a pass. All of these are registered with the ATF and under NFA are listed as a firearm. And all of them have certain characteristics. They're weakened in certain ways. So here's how you fix it. Okay, you ready for this? And again, if you do this, you're the meat target. You'd have to reinforce it in every way by first drilling out the barrel or whatever is there and sticking in a barrel liner, a reliner, and it's a rifled liner for whatever you're firing. There's a fixed crossbar made out of something to destroy the drill bit, so you have to get that out of there. You have to install a barrel liner using the same glue I'm going to mention for the other parts I'm going to mention. The frame and slide have to have reinforcements in whatever areas different from the gun that they're imitating. A lot of these places also make the same gun that's real. They use the same molds, but they stick little inserts in it that weaken it enough that if you fire a real round, it breaks, but if you fire a blank, it won't. And they're supposed to simulate as much as possible every part of it so it looks convincing on camera, and that's good. And you use something called Gunsmith's epoxy or barrel liner glue. Okay? Now you've already stopped the video and you run off. And if you look on Prepper and Survivalist and Shit Hit the Fan forums, all of them bring up the following wording. Oh, you want to make it smoothbore, fully automatic, Any other weapon, $5 fee, or NFA, $200 fee, ATF not compliant, California totally not compliant, because you're a felon. They'll bring up all of those, all 6 things: felon, NFA, ATF, AOW, smoothbore. Because it's a smoothbore gun, it doesn't have to have rifling, it's a cap gun. Because all of those would indicate that you're a felon who can't get a gun legally, who wants to make a pistol, not have it traceable. Oh yes, ghost gun. GHOSTGUN. Yeah. There's a serial number on it. Anyway, let's get on with it. So the $70 toy gun, yeah, 70 to get the one that will actually do this, mostly, kind of, sort of. That's designed to self-destruct on the first shot that you try to put through it, to keep you from firing the subsequent 6 shots you got left. Did you know you can legally make a shotgun and it'll fire like 12 pellets in one shot? Why would you want to make a easy to empty, fully automatic, blow your hand up, or, well, actually it doesn't blow up your hand. The fail-safe on this is that it breaks to where it won't fire more than once. If you alter it persistently, to where it will fire more than once, and God help you if it's fully auto, it'll take out your face. Because it'll blow the back part you didn't know you had to reinforce straight back into your head and go into your nose and be about this deep into your head. Darwin. You've literally made a suicide gun, a gun that fires backwards into you. You might as well turn the muzzle around and fire it the other way. You might actually hit a person with it. Failure points. If you take a 12 gauge, mini 12 gauge round, or a really powerful blank and stick it into one of those orange flare guns, it's a 12 gauge gun. It'll break fail safe for everybody else. It'll actually hurt your finger. The idea is it causes potentially just enough injury that you can't sue them, but you'll learn your lesson and you won't try it again, and you'll have wasted, in the case of the orange flare gun, because it's a flare gun, $100 because people, that's the minimum cost to get one. These things cost a minimum of $70. You can get a used high point for $20. The fuck are you doing? The presumption when you looked up this video is that you're trying to make an untraceable gun because you're a felon, and you want it to be smoothbore for some fucking reason, because of course you want a smoothbore pistol. That totally makes sense. To quote Biden, just get a fucking shotgun. And next, you're ghost gunning, you smoothbore, you want to break ATF rules, you want an NFA item because it's cool and wowie zowie somehow, or you just want to make a $5 AOW instead of just building a Subaru Arms fucking... It's an AOW too, and if you make it literally 2 inches longer, it's not, it's street legal. Or you can just build a Mossberg pump action shotgun. It's pipe. Oh, and the Subaru demonstration, firing a homemade pipe shotgun, the reason it flew back is he didn't tell you about the lock. There's a lock mechanism to keep the chamber shut. Yeah. You make a lump on the inner barrel. You cut a groove and, no, you braze on a nut and bolt onto each of the pieces when they're seated for fully to clamp it together, and you use a trigger mechanism. And if you don't want to use a trigger mechanism, if you want to make a slam fire, you just make it to where when you put it in, it actually does go past a groove shaped like this, and then clicks in, and then bang. It just makes it to where the thing won't fly apart. He's trying to educate people, but there's a barrier for entry he talks about in the video. He shows you everything in separate videos, like I do on my channel. But this one I have to get to the point. This video is a public service announcement on why you can easily get a hold of, in California, a fully automatic blank firing gun that is supposed to be easy to convert over so you can have yourself a Tech 9. What you want, that's why you looked it up, using glue and putting in pieces of metal in the bad spots. Okay. Now the other part about this is that if you remake this, not remanufacture, you're not breaking a law in the United States. You can make a gun from scratch. But can you alter an already existing gun to do something it was not intended to? No. I mean, literally, I can take a 12 gauge. It's designed to fire a projectile. I can convert it temporarily to fire any bullet I want to out of it by using an adapter, or just change the barrel out. These are all parts that are okay, but the lower in the United States, it's regulated, is intended to fire projectiles and be listed as a lethal weapon. And if you build one from scratch, you're fine. If you buy an 80% lower, you can build, suspiciously, always an AR-15. You know what? You could look up lower 80% dash AR dash 15. You have to do both. And then type in any other gun. Are you going to find an 80% lower for anything other than the suspiciously politically motivated AR-15? Like a fucking 12 gauge. Pump action. Anything. How about a pistol? Well, that's suspiciously not visible, isn't it? Yeah, because the ghost guns of pistols are very, very scary, so nobody talks about it. And no company wants to put them out. Oh, well, we want an AR-15. Why? Because it looks scary, it's politically motivated, and it's not a conventional weapon. It's a conventional military weapon made civilianized. It's a demilitarized gun. That's not real. So what about these methodologies for converting your air gun to fire 17 HMR? By putting a 22 caliber chamber together over it, or using it as a barrel liner for a 22 you stuck a piece of copper tubing in? Okay, here we go. The manufacturer is only liable if you modify something that wouldn't reasonably be modified. The lower is regulated in the United States because all the other parts have to be changeable. They take pressure. Britain, they regulate them. But you have to be able to change out a barrel once in a while because they break. But the lower, the body of it, is the only part that people really don't have to change much. So that gets serialized. So it's trackable, right? No, so that they are legally responsible for it. The ATF gives these guys a clear, hey, you made it to where it blow itself up. If some idiot puts one fucking, wad cutter in the fucking thing, great, fine. Hey, you bought that boat gun that fires flares? Cool. As long as the manufacturer makes it to where it will self-destruct if you put a real 12 gauge blank in the damn thing, we're cool. But it has to break, and it has to be not a part that can be easily replaced. The frame, lower, whatever. And it has to never do it again, so it has to be dead in one shot. Well, with a semi-auto with blowback, you have to damage the slide, the barrel, every goddamn part of it, so they all self-destruct this way. So this is for informational purposes, and this is a gigantic public service announcement that every website that tells you about this is trying to get you hurt, because they're assuming you're a felon who can't own a gun and wants to build some smoothbore, some other law-violating NFA or AOW gun. That's it. It's trivial to go to the hardware store and buy some pipe and make a 12 gauge. It's massively effective. And just make the first barrel, the one that the cartridge goes in, 26 inches long. 2 inches and 2 feet and 2 inches. Sounds like a dirty joke starting. And it'll fire balls. Anyway, next. By law, is this restricted? No. The act isn't. But if you modify the part or replace the part, you're replacing, not making new, the lower, or if you rebuild it, or God help you do my other advice I'm going to tell you, you're at that point playing gunsmith, and legally speaking, you're altering someone else's gunsmithed item, and that actually does have federal and state and local laws about it. It has to do with safety and liability rules. Now let's get on to the actual part of this. The waptek 9 pistol. You really want to do this to where it won't blow up and it'll actually be reliable. You can use it as a pattern to make a real gun. Make it out of the same material, the zinc. Just do all the parts properly in the first place and make it from scratch for every part. You haven't broken a law, and it's a street legal 9mm. I'm not kidding. That's the entire answer. I gave it to you quickly. You gotta wait till the end. The other one you can do. This is the part where it's illegal. If you're tempted to just cram it full of zinc or whatever the metal is and remelt it in place in a casing with plaster, you can do that. It'll do the same thing. But at that point, that's legally remanufacturing, because it's remanufacturing rather than making from scratch. If you make a replacement part to repair something, it's not illegal. If you make something from scratch, it's not illegal. But reforming it, yeah, it's illegal. But sticking the glue parts in isn't illegal because your own dumbass is going to get hurt. Again, these are designed to fire fail-safe for everybody but you. Again, just make it from scratch. Use it as a pattern. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.